First of all, with this Trump poll, well, DeSantis poll, depending on how you want to look at it. If I'm DeSantis right now, I'm feeling pretty darn bad because, there was a lot riding on him. I said from the beginning, I didn't think he had what it really takes. Now, I'm not doubting his intelligence, Harvard, Yale. I mean, he's got all the credentials in the world. He was over at JAG in Fallujah representing American soldiers. I think he's got a lot going on. I just don't think this is the right time for him. And I don't think that he has the right sort of personality profile to be able to compete against Donald Trump. I mean, who could probably compete against Donald Trump would be RFK Jr. I mean, I'm talking about people that have sort of just this real essence, belief system that they ooze, right? And I don't get that impression from Ron DeSantis. I also don't get the impression that he really likes people tremendously. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he just, has a small circle. But these are things that are going to come back to haunt him. And now, as they go after, and I mean because I think Trump is getting it from all sides, really. I mean, Republicans, there's a whole group of them that do not want him to run. You have Democrats that clearly don't want him anywhere near the Oval Office ever again, and they will do whatever it takes to make sure that he stays out. Well, they're just hitting him with one indictment after another. And the amazing thing is the guy keeps on getting stronger. It's really pretty incredible. So these new numbers, this is by Morning Consult, they just came out. They showed Trump up 4 points. He had been at 55%. Now he is at 59%. While Mr. DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, was at 20 and now is down at 16. So things not looking good there for the Florida governor. It is a very, very tough road ahead for him. The question becomes, if for some reason the left is successful and they're able to prevent Donald Trump from running, which I don't think they can, but just let's speak hypothetically for a moment. If they actually did that, would DeSantis be the guy? I mean, check out Vivek Ramaswamy, 8%. This is a guy who just came out of nowhere. You know why? You know why he's doing well? Because he is who he is. He's a self-made man. He also went to great schools, Harvard in there as well. Super smart, young, would be the youngest president ever, and has his own convictions and isn't afraid to say it. He was self-funded. He's built 2 major mega million-dollar companies, so he has his own pockets. He's not beholden to anyone. I think that's what Americans really appreciate. They don't like people that have to toe the line. Right? That's why you need to subscribe, incidentally. If you have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We're trying something new today. So I am here live with you, reading all of your comments on YouTube, on Facebook, and then we added Instagram into the equation as well. So we're live there as well right now, if you're watching on any of those platforms. But again, I can see all of your comments. I see a lot of familiar faces here, and I love that. It's wonderful seeing all of you here. But do subscribe. Do subscribe. Anyway, this poll is not that surprising. This poll is not that surprising because there's a certain sort of characteristic that I think Americans really respond to. It's an authenticity. You see it in television too, right? Like these television anchors that just sit there and read the prompter and it's word by word and they don't really have a viewpoint and they're doing what the news director or the newsroom is telling them to do there at corporate. You feel that, you sense that as a viewer. And so you don't really relate to them in the same kind of way as opposed to, somebody that's actually telling you exactly what they think. Like, you'll always know exactly what I think, whether you like it or not, whether corporate likes it or not. But the good thing is nowadays I'm corporate. So it's all about whether I like it or not. Again, another reason to subscribe. I keep pushing that, but it is important. So thank you. Thank you for being here. But in terms of a political candidacy, you need that authenticity. You need people that like people. I mean, say what you want about Bill Clinton. The guy liked people. He really liked people and he remembered things about people. My little cousin, another little cousin, different cousin. We're going to get to the superstar athlete in just a second. But my other cousin, who is, he's actually the mayor of a small town back in New Hampshire right now. When he was 10 years old, he met Bill Clinton. They all come through New Hampshire. This was actually at the White House. He was there for some St. Patrick's Day party. Lucky kid, right? So he goes to the White House for the St. Patrick's Day party. He's introduced to Bill Clinton. Bill asks him, what are your favorite subjects in school? And he said, math and science. Smart little kid. Well, years later, Years later, like this is a couple of years ago. So now we're talking my cousin's like, if he was 10 then, he's, much, much older. It's multiple years later. And Bill Clinton says to him, oh, yeah, I remember you. Do you still like math and science? And my cousin tells that story and I was just amazed. It sort of tells you so much about Bill Clinton as a politician. Now, we're no huge fans of Bill and Hillary Clinton here at the Trish Regan show. I'm only saying this to illustrate the point that he remembered people. He cared about people. It's something that Bush Sr. and Jeb they all did. They all did as well. But I would also point to, even Barack Obama. He was distant, but at least on stage, he had that personality, right, that came through. And Donald Trump had it in spades. And Donald Trump cared about people. And Donald Trump cares about people and likes people, like genuinely likes them. So you have to have that. That is the prerequisite for being a politician. Otherwise, you're just an egomaniac. They all are, by the way. They're all egomaniacs. They're just egomaniacs that want to hear themselves talk. And so do they really want to invoke all this change, or what are they doing it for? Really? I mean, you've got to like people. I think that is the most important part of all of it. And I don't get the feeling, and he's been on my set many, many times, Ron DeSantis, nothing against him. By the way, if he's a nominee, I, of course, am wishing him all the well. But I think that he's got a long ways to go because he's going to warm up. He's going to learn to be more accessible, more likable. Heck, right now I'd vote for his wife. Hey everyone, Trish Regan here. If you enjoyed that clip, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button right over there. Did I do that right? Not quite, but you know where it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts, and I'll see you back on the show.